I know we have hard times. I know we've talked about David D and the way his policies, but at the same time, given where we've come from, it's good to have another hand and find out exactly if William Samoei Ruto will be able to turn this thing around somewhat someday. Even if it doesn't take like 6 months, the way he normally says. Maybe even 5 years down the road. I would really want a situation where William Samoei Ruto is given a free hand to run this economy. Some of us think differently. Like me, I think that subsidy is important, in some aspects. Because you cannot talk about reducing the cost of living when actually the fuel prices, every other day you're increasing VAT on fuel products. That's a given.
Naye rafiki yangu Uhuru akakuja akasukuma, lakini akaongeza madeni mingi. Ikafika sasa 2 trillion. Sasa mimi ndio nimefika hapo kwa 2 trillion kwa hii budget. Nataka kusukuma kutoka 2 trillion mpaka 2.8 trillion kwa hii mwaka. Kwa sababu vile Mwai Kibaki alifanya, aligundua ya kwamba nchi haiwezi kuiendesha kwa kutafuta madeni na kukopa madeni. Nchi unaiendesha kwa kupanga vile ushuru itapatikana. That is where we are and that's the difference. So tafadhali munipatie nafasi kidogo nipange hii kitu. And I know what to do. Vile nakubaliana na nyinyi, watu wa Azimio sio wazimu. Lakini watu wa Kenya Kwanza sio wazimu pia. Hakuna mtu wazimu hapa. Kila mtu anapanga vile anajua. So ndugu zangu, mimi niko tayari kabisa kukubaliana na former prime minister na watu ya Azimio. Tuache fujo, tuache matata, tuungane kwa yale mambo yanapeleka Kenya mbele. Munikosoe. Mimi naamini in an accountable government. I believe in an accountable government. I have no problem with being held to account. I have no issue with criticism. And because it adds value to my decision making. That is why hata hawa mawaziri wangu, nimesema hawa mawaziri sasa wawe wanaenda bunge kujibu maswali, kwa sababu we want to be held to account. So mimi sina maneno. Hata nimesema wacha tutengeneze kiti kubwa ya mtu ya upinzani kule bunge na tupatie pesa ya serikali na mambo ya asukume kabisa serikali, akosoe, afanye nini, lakini tuwache kuharibu mali ya wananchi barabarani, tuwache fujo, tuwache maandamano. Nimekosa? Si Kenya inataka ipangwe namna hiyo? Kwa hivyo bwana Prime Minister, mimi nakuheshimu, wewe ni mzee wetu. Tutashirikiana pamoja na tutaenda mbele pamoja.
And the person who can give him that peace is none other than Raila Odinga. I had said in my earlier videos that I will give William Samoei Ruto 1 year and see how that turns out, so that we can now begin to evaluate his performance. Of course, William Samoei Ruto has not been very successful in this 1 year. I can't see, personally, I really can't see him being able to, kind of bring the cost of living down in the next 1 year either. Because he has mixed policies. And, as far as I'm concerned, William Samoei Ruto is all over the place. And that's a problem. You can't be launching things every day. You can't registering people for this, registering people for fertilizer, registering people for ID, registering people, throwing others, Huduma card away, bringing NHIF this, tomorrow is NHIF that. You see, this kind of mixed policies. And every other day, William Samoei Ruto, in as much as he is trying to impress Kenyans, and he's trying to get the best out of this, I think he may end up just going round. And I'm saying this, and on the same breath, still saying that he should be given a chance to run this economy. You see, so there are things that I think that if William Samoei Ruto touched on them, some of those things would fundamentally change things as they were. The legacy of Kibaki was infrastructure. He built roads, he built, that kind of infrastructure. And similarly, at the same time, he was able to actually bring the cost of things a little bit down. It was affordable. The other thing Kibaki did is that there was no noise in his government. Unlike William Samoei Ruto, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of distraction. Rigathi Gachagua doesn't know if he is the president of Mount Kenya or he is the president of Kenya, So there's a lot of noise here. And this, I've said before, William Samoei Ruto can do himself a lot of favor trying not to actually increase the noise, Mara Rigathi Gachagua, Malala is making noise here, and Central Kenya politicians generally are part of the problem because Central Kenya still believe that this government is for Kalenjins and Kikuyus. It's not the case. So William Samoei Ruto has to sober up and try and let these people understand that the country is bigger than Central Kenya and the Kalenjin nation. At the same time, Luo leaders should actually embrace and help these programs of Kenya Kwanza, in as much as you may not agree with them. Luo governors should actually support and actually help William Samoei Ruto manage this economy because we are in this together. That is what I think. But what I will say again and again and again is that William Samoei Ruto should remove some of these economic advisors he surrounds himself with. He should reduce the activities. Every other day he has a function. He should not abuse the private sector. It will reach a time the private sector will be tired. William Samoei Ruto should similarly concentrate in managing the affairs of the Kenya Kwanza government. Government, yes. He has to look at the affairs of government. He is the chief executive of government and he is not the CEO of Safaricom. And even looking upon donors and and the international community, William Samoei Ruto should stop this PR business and concentrate in doing what he has in mind for Kenya. According to me, it may not, some of those policies won't work, but why don't we just try them? What's the hurry? After all, the guy was elected president. But what do you think? Do you think William Samoei Ruto is all over the place? Do you think he should tone down and reach out to Raila so that, at least then he can get peace and be able to carry out some of these programs? Do you think Rigathi Gachagua and Mount Kenya are part of the problem? Rigathi Gachagua is the cause of the noise that we have in this country. Let me hear your comments. I really, really, really want to know what you think. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome to Talk to Africa.